So how much do you spend on Uber? Is it more expensive annually than
No.
a car would be?
No. Is that... There's my Uber now, actually. Thank you so much. This has been... I've had a wonderful time. I wish you all the best with it.
We have to get it. Our food is here. It's like, okay, I'm going to get it. Hello. Hey. Yes, come on in. Just push the door. Don't turn the handle. For God's sake. Look, he just went right in. That's the bane of my existence, telling people to just push the door, don't turn the handle.
Why are you getting more food? There's tons of food here already.
Because food equates to happiness. If you go to an event or party and there's no food and drink, doesn't that affect you?
No, not me personally. No. But I know I did go to an event the other night, and I saw somebody that I've known for years, and she looked great, and I hadn't seen her for a while. And I said, "Oh gosh, it's so good to see you," because a friend of ours had passed away last year, and I said hadn't got the chance to discuss it with anybody. And she said, "I know, like, aren't they serving dinner?"
She didn't like that friend who passed away. She didn't like them, clearly.
She did. Well, we got to talking about that, but...
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Cheesecake Factory. You know, I need to... I'm endorsing so many food companies.
You need to get sponsorship.
I need to get sponsorship for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, is this going on the table?
Yeah.
I thought your cosmetics were going to be your
I know I should.
Your Skinny Nation. What's it called?
Nation.
Skin Nation.
Skin Nation.
Yeah.
Because it's Christmas time and people should buy skinnation.com.
Skinnation.com.
Yeah, I don't have them here in this particular podcast because I feel like you're enough.
But I will get a bag of them to take home.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Yes, you will.
Because I only leave home for the swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know that we won our first Emmys the same year? Do you remember that?
Our first, you mean my only one, and you're first.
Oh, thank you, Rob. You're the Skin Nation product. Sir.
Oh, this is my
right
gift.
There. That's your parting gift.
Thank you
Skinnation.com. Oh, the light just moved.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Wow, this is our most unprofessional podcast so far. I'm so glad it's you.
I know. This is I feel like...
I mean, the thing ran. The lights are going to shit. I don't have my skincare here. Skinnation.com. Please.
Now this just goes on the
the
crackers.
Everything's going to
goes
shit.
on the
that
crackers.
just fell.
Oh my Lord.
Kevin's laughing so hard. Is this a sign? Is this just a sign for the future?
Good. We're adults. We can handle anything.
Can I?
What?
We can. We
right.
can.
Okay.
Can I ask you? Because I remember when I interviewed you for the magazine.
Yes.
I mean, I told you that I talk about myself more, and I will.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Ian doesn't like to talk about himself.
No.
At all. So it's coming. Believe me, I have no problem talking about myself. I think I'm very interesting.
Okay. No, you are. You're one of the most interesting people I know.
But I remember during this interview, do you recall it?
Yes.
When we went out to dinner at
yes.
Ledoux?
Ledoux. That then became called Ledon't because the service was so bad.
Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad, but it was really the
place.
Yeah, and the ambiance was amazing.
Yes, it was.
It was
great.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But I interviewed you. That's when we had money in soaps. That's
right,
when that the soap magazine actually paid for this really expensive
dinner.
And we just drank, and I interviewed him, and we had a lot of cosmopolitans.
We did.
And I asked you this, and I found it really interesting, that you said nothing was that important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still feel that way? I'd like to know.
I do.
I
think, yeah, I do. I think everything is important, therefore there's not like one thing that's like important.
Ah, but that's different because you think everything is important.
I think somebody's climbing in the window.
It's a pool man.
Oh my God, the pool man's here. You don't have a pool.
I don't even have a pool.
I think the pool man's important. I think it's important to have a pool. I think it's really important that. No, I'll tell you. I think you know what. I think being your best self is important. I have to say that. But I don't think this is lovely, and I hope it does well. But it's not important. These are beautiful, but to me, they're not important. You know, that doesn't. They don't.
Well, those aren't important.
No, they're not important.
These things aren't important.
I think how we behave is important.
Of course, of course.
How we treat other people is. But I've always felt that way. I was probably being a little younger, maybe.
I know it's funny because.
But the thing I remember about that is you brought a little recording device, which of course was probably half the size
Archaic.
of this table, but it was, like, and you could hear it like with a tape in it, and how
That's what they gave
it was
me.
in the bread basket, and when the busboy cleared the table, he took away the bread.
Oh
And
shit! I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
No.
And it was the best part of the interview, and then we couldn't find the thing, and they had to go to the kitchen and go through the garbage to find the tape
Oh
recorder.
shit! I don't remember that
You
at
don't
all.
remember that?
I think I had a few cocktails on that. I think.
I didn't. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. Well, the funny thing about that is when you had this viewpoint about things not being important, and I left that thinking that I should be like that.
Oh.
And it was I remember it, and I remember thinking, because so much was so important to me at the time, that if I didn't attain a certain amount of money, or I didn't I had so much at that time that I felt should be important. And I remember I repeated this to Finola, and that you had said that. And she went, "Oh God, he always says that. I don't believe him. I don't believe him." Did I do a good Finola? I didn't. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
That was good.
But she,
That was
oh
good. She
God,
read
I
it.
know he says that. I don't believe him. And then because I started taking that on, and then I realized, oh, what a great shtick. Nothing's important, so that you don't get, not that you would be doing this, but in my case, so that, oh, I'm sorry, I touched you. You went like that. After you noticed, after I touched him, he waited a bit, but he went.
You can
No.
touch me.
So anyway, I took that, and then I realized this is a great way of being if you never, ever want to be let down. If you
Yeah,
never want to
exactly.
be let down, or never want to get hurt,
Yes.
or never, everything is just if you just decide everything's the same,
Well,
how
but
then you
that's
can never
right.
be disappointed.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like in your business, which is not so
Our
much my
business.
business anymore.
Yes, it is.
I mean, just like rejection. If you were to deal with that, I mean, you just can't.
Right.
You just can't.
Oh, I was thinking of that the other day because
You just can't.
No,
I mean,
you
it's just
can't.
so it's such a. I mean, I kind of I when I go in to meetings and I'm sniffing. Why am I sniffing? Like
Good.
Good.
I'll cut it out.
Yeah. So no. So I'd go into meetings and read and think like
Right.
like and they'd be
Like,
like,
that was
"Oh,
amazing.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
God.
Can we tell you just like that was wonderful?" I'd be like, "Really?" They go, "Yes, I mean, wonderful, thank you." And I'd be, "Oh, great, thanks a lot, thanks a lot." Nothing.
Nothing. I
And
know.
then 2 years
It's
later,
a kiss of death.
2 years later, I'd be going down Sunset and see a billboard and I'd say, with the project up there with somebody else's picture, and I'd say,
He must
they
have been
didn't
more
like me.
wonderful. No.
they didn't like me.
No, they did like you.
Yeah, but you never think about it. You can't think about it.
No.
It's so personal.
No, there's too much
it's
rejection.
so personal, and it's everything that takes you to any place where you ever have just not been worthy and not been enough. And why would you want to empower people with that feeling or that?
Very true.
Why would you want it? So it's nothing is important. It's
I get it. I totally understand it.
and
Well,
but and I kind of like I've gone through phases which it hasn't really when nothing was important. But I'd walk in, I've gone into rooms with meetings and there'd be like 15 people there, and I'd look at them and say, "Don't you people have something better to do?" Really? isn't it just supposed to be me and a director and a casting person? Like, well, what is this? It's like,
Oh yeah.
it's like
yeah.
all like a jury.
Everybody wants to be important.
Everybody wants to be important.
Everybody
And it's
wants
like,
to- yeah.
nobody, who
It's
cares?
the
Like,
assistant
yeah.
of the assistant of the
Yes.
assistants in the fucking room.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
No, that's
everybody.
very true.
Yeah, I know.
I was actually thinking of that the other day in my dating life, because as an actor you're rejected most of the time. Most of the time you're rejected. Every actor, it just is the way it is. There's so much competition.
Right.
You're rejected most of the time. I've actually in my life I am comfortable with rejection. Sometimes I feel like I live in rejection.
Yeah. I understand that.
I noticed that a couple of years ago. I'm like, oh, I actually live in just assuming I will be rejected.
Right.
Because you're so comfortable. You've become it's happened so often in this business that you become, oh well, it may not happen, or not even it may not happen. You're just like, yeah, rejection. So in my dating life, it doesn't faze me at all if I'm not someone's cup of tea.
Right.
It doesn't faze me at all. I'm kind of shocked that somebody wants to have a second date with me, because I think, oh, wow, I passed the first audition.
A callback. Not a second date. It's a callback. Wow.
Wow, they like me. I mean, this is very true. I mean, so I just assume like no one's gonna want to date me. I just assume. So when I suppose it's the same realm. So when somebody actually does, it's a very weird thing for me.
So you question it. You question why they'd want to.
And I'm like, why?
Why would you want to? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want about me?
Yeah,
You want my children.
yeah,
You
I
almost
don't-
yawned.
No, I wasn't yawning. I was, yeah, I almost yawned. No, I was just thinking that, yeah, I don't know. I don't think about things like that.
You don't think?
No,
about
I don't
that?
think about things like that. I think about, no,
okay.
here's the one thing
All
that
right. Well, I do.
Here's the thing that here's the one, brave. Here's the one thing that I just hate the waste of one's time is what I hate. It's my time. It's my life.
Me
Don't
too.
drag me around for hours and then crickets. You know, that's
Yeah.
the one thing. And that's when you add all
Although-
that up, in over many years, it's a lot of time to be in that, not to live, but not you say live in rejection, but I say live in within the control of total strangers. It's a lot of time. A lot
Yeah.
of your life.
Although that's how the Stafford Project came to be. Is just
Was I in it?
yes. You're very good too. You're very good.
Now that's important.
Important. With the Stafford Project, it was if I'm on a date and I realize, oh, this is going to be horrible, I view it kind of from here.
Yeah.
Like the comedy of it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I went out with an insane person who, out of his mouth, I love violence was one of his comments. I love violence. And I thought, all right, well, this is just going to
Like
be
watching violence or being violent?
watching violence. He loved watching
people do,
violence.
though. I don't know,
And he
like-
had tattoos all over of violent things, which I didn't know were, because I didn't live in that world. But I thought, okay, well, this is just going to be an experience now. Like this, I get to tell my girlfriends about this one. This one's
Right.
going to be fun. And on my way home, I called my friend Paige, who was one of the writers
From the hospital, you called her and you told her.
hospital. Yeah, for the mental institution. I want to, it brings me to something that was said to me one time by a comedian, because what I was just talking about is Gary Shandling. One time, you were very good friends with him, right?
Yeah, I adored him.
Yeah. And I was friends with him
Yes.
and hadn't talked to him probably for 10 years. Hadn't talked to him for 10 years, but was friends with him for a short time. And one of the things he told me, which I don't think he would mind me repeating, it stuck with me. As I was asking him, I just honestly think that being a stand-up is the boldest, bravest
course,
thing.
yes.
But, comedians don't think it's bold and brave because it's truly what they're born to do. But I do think it's a particular human that does something like that. Just like an actor is a particular human who has such a strong desire to want to entertain and want to create moments of the human condition so badly that they're willing to go into meetings and just deal with rejection like we're talking about consistently. Right. But Gary told me this one thing because I asked him about bombing, right? Like, fuck, what do you do when it's just a bad night and you've had the hecklers and you just bomb? And he said, I had many nights where I drove home and sat in the driveway in my car for hours. And I just was like, oh, fuck, I just felt like that was a brilliant description of somebody's the pathos, and maybe that's the wrong word, that comes along.
Maybe that's why I don't have a car. Because it would be so expensive to just have the Uber just sit outside my house for like 3 hours while I kind of level down from the feelings of being beaten up. But Gary was a great, was a great friend and great, like,
He loved you.
Oh, I adored him. I just loved him.
Yeah, he loved you.
Yeah. He made me laugh. He made me laugh so much. And I didn't, it's so interesting. Only recently was I aware of his story.
Mm-hmm. At the funeral, at the service, you heard more. Yeah.
Yeah, his story with how he grew up, and his brother died and nobody told him, and he just kept waiting for his brother to come home, and still nobody told him that his brother was dead. And it was just kind of fascinating that his car accident that just almost killed him, and that's when he decided to do stand-up. Just go out and go out and be heard and be, because he'd written great. Ogilvy and Mather, I think, the advertising company. He did that. He wrote that great line for the Suntory whiskey with the golfer, the shot with the glass and the whiskey, saying the shot heard around the world.
Oh, that was Gary's.
That was Gary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was so intelligent. He was so brilliant that there are a few people in my life, but they do exist, of people I just love being around. And I felt that way with him. I just found him to be, he was brilliant, but found him to be he was so interesting to me. I just wanted to be around him. There was no other explanation for how I felt about him.
A lot of people say that.
I just
Sarah
wanted...
Silverman says that. Kathy Griffin says that. People that just couldn't get enough of him. But he would not be around people all the time. He would close off.
Yeah.
He was. I think he. Yeah.
He did. He was very spiritual.
Yes, he was.
Totally.
And
his good friends know that. I mean, people out very spiritual.
Yep.
And he would just go to Hawaii and just stay there for weeks and meditate and like to be alone.
Right. Right. And he sponsored the monastery down outside San Diego, the Buddhist monastery. Beautiful place. Yeah, he was a great man.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Were you ever on the Larry Sanders Show?
Yes.
You were?
Yes.
Oh, shit. What did you do?
I played...
which is what really, truly, if not the best TV show ever made.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And,
I definitely,
and copied
definitely
by many now.
Yes, of course. Well, the behind the scenes, the true behind the scenes of... and, of course, it was based on his experience with the Tonight Show and everything. Yeah, I think I did 2 episodes, and it was replacing Rip Torn. Rip Torn had to go to the hospital for something. So Gary brought his friend from England, who had produced the royal wedding thing. Brought his friend to come and produce the show. It was very fun.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. Were you a buffoon? Did you know what you were doing?
No, I knew what I was doing, but it was kind of funny because he, my past experience working with him was, of course, taping the Gary Shandling show, and we did that and whatever, and everybody goofed around, and then it came to tape thing, and we did the Fox version and then the cable version, which was slightly different, and that was what we did. So here I was there like for this day, like
Kevin's putting more lighting.
yeah, I guess yeah. Thank you. I'm there for the day, and it's like I had like however many scenes. Thank you for that, Kevin. However many scenes, and they're like it's single camera, 2 cameras, and the camera follows and everything like, and so it gets to the last scene, and it's about 7:00 at night, and Gary's like says to me, "Okay, come out the elevator again, and I want to try something." So I come out the elevator, and he does something, and I was like, "Okay." He goes, "Come out the elevator again, I'll try." So we do this 3 times, and I come out in the elevator, and I went to the left, and Gary goes, no, where are you going? I said, "I'm going home, Gary. I'm done. What is this? Come on. How many what are you doing?" He's like, "You're leaving?" I said, "Yeah, I'm done." Very funny. He called me later. He was like, "You just walked off the set?" I said, "I did. I just couldn't do it anymore. I did. I'm really sorry."
My God, that's hilarious.
I didn't do it because it was hilarious. I was like, "I'm so done."
No, but I think it's hilarious that you did it.
Yeah, I was like, "I'm so done, Gary. I just don't know what to do. I don't want to feel badly about anything or anybody, but I'm just done."
Yeah,
really.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
No, it was brilliant. And also when you made Gary laugh, that was pretty much a coup. When you were able to make him laugh, I was like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
He thought I was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Just gonna say.
Also, I just want to chime in. Your reaction to the lighting adjustment, very different than. This is years ago, but Christian Bale had a reaction with guy changing a light in the middle of something.
You're talking about that? Oh, was it
just
the
so
light?
much more classy. That's all I wanted to say.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear it?
Yes.
I could see, though, he wasn't doing a podcast. He was acting, I could see somebody being in the middle of like a rage. Was he in the middle of a...
Guy.
He is a very classy guy. Was Christian Bale in the middle of a rage scene? Because I could see him like being in rage. He was in the middle of a rage scene. So I could see him being like not being able to take himself out of it. What do you say?
We've worked with people like that. People who want total... Yes, but I saw somebody that I'm very fond of the other night for the first time in a while, David Lynch. I saw David Lynch. In fact, that's when I actually was kissing Debbie Harry and shaking David Lynch's hand when my butt
I love
doodled.
It. God,
doodled
I just
you
feel
from
like
my
I was
phone.
there.
It was
I feel like I was there.
But if you work with someone like David Lynch, everything, when you work, there's no movement, there's no noise, there's nothing. When you work with someone like David Fincher, there's no movement, and there's nobody like would dare breathe or anything. You do to work around people that we've worked around, and a phone will ring, and you'll be like...
Phone rang during a scene with another actor. I was like...
Yeah, it's a very
people
strange
only
thing.
Knew.
You don't... Sometimes, you see, this is times like this where I miss my professional friends. We don't need any more food. Who's possibly calling?
Who the fuck is calling? I don't even use that phone. It's my landline. What's happening? Oh, that's so funny. Listen, during scenes, and then somebody's text will go off, and then you finish the scene with them.
Or somebody will drop a newspaper or something, and you...
Or
but
the actor is texting during, and I'm like, just wait. Yeah. Just it's nothing is that important. Yeah.
No, I did. I said to somebody once, and I wasn't angry, but I was working with somebody, and we hadn't really connected or run dialogue, and they were just about to count down, and this young lady was on her phone, and I said to her very quietly, "Unless that's your acting coach, put the fucking thing away."
Sure, you have every right to say that.
I was like, it was like.
You're so good.
It was such a barrier. I was like,
it is a barrier, and I think that a lot of actors do it when the scene, because I've noticed when the scene gets very emotional and very honest, they'll go to pick up their phone, and I'm like, no, why don't you just? This is what we do.
Stay in it, yeah.
This is what we do. I might get fired.
Then don't say it.
Say it anyway.
Don't say it. What, you've got
I
you've got two
have-
children to feed. You're dating, for God's sake. Nobody wants to date a poor woman with no job and 2 children.
What he wants.
Are you selling this? I mean, don't say it. Not like...
I had a problem with Duke Lavery getting
Oh,
killed.
okay.
And I had a problem with that. And the reason well, because you're so amazing, first of all. But this is a deal. As a viewer of TV shows, not of a movie, different in a movie, but of TV shows, when you have taken your audience on a ride that has lasted for years, and you have pulled so many emotions from your audience, you've affected your audience telling stories about certain characters for so long, and then you kill one of those characters, it actually lowers like your morale with your audience. I feel it does. Unless you can come up with something really great afterward that's going to make them forget. But I think I always have a problem when people kill an important character on a show. It's like, just have them go away. On Young and the Restless, when I was on that, they killed a new writer came in. She wanted to do a bunch of interesting things and change things up, and they killed the patriarch of a family, John Abbott.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, Jerry Douglas. But he died, and it was like, oh. And especially the audience, it jolts them, and it makes them unstable.
Well,
I feel that way about Duke Lavery being shot.
He's almost had more life since he was dead than he had when he was alive. Like when I'm at the gym and the show's on, and I look and I go, why are they still talking about Duke Lavery? Why are they still? Everybody's like, why are they still talking about Duke Lavery?
My characters even talked about
It's
Duke
like
Lavery.
hysterical. I'm like, and then they flash to a picture, and I'm like, I look
paid.
around me.
You
No,
get paid.
no, I look around me like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like ridiculous.
I had an
I don't
issue.
think I got paid. If I get paid, I don't know.
No, you do.
You
You do.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, then they're very slow in sending the check.
Well, okay, you should look into that. You
better
should look into that. When they killed McDreamy, I was like, I was devastated. I was devastated.
Well, Shonda, she hates killing any. She doesn't like that.
No.
But
but apparently they have really, that's what I'm saying. They have really good story now that you go, oh, okay. Right?
Yeah.
Because like that was a love story told so well, and every woman wanted McDreamy to be her husband. Every woman was affected by McDreamy, and when he was killed, so violently.
I didn't see
Isn't it a car accident? It was tough, but I just have my own issues. I miss Duke. I want him to come back as a ghost.
Full-time ghost. I would only play a ghost with integrity. I mean, I got offered so many ghost roles, and I'd say like, does he have a soul, or
I think he's only a soul, right? Right? It was a joke. I ruined that joke by saying that.
No, you didn't.
No, I know when I ruin a joke. I know.
Go to your list. All joking aside, I go back to Scotland because I still have family there. But I don't really. After like 3 or 4 days, I realized why I wanted to leave when I was very young. And it's because there were a male-dominated society, like they get violent when they're forced to expand their emotions, or they're forced to feel anything. They become violent. And I hated that. I hated that. Even now, it has a very adverse effect on me.
Very uncomfortable.
Like if I'm around somebody who, when they kind of turn their back and bang the wall because you provoked something that's purely emotional. It's not a physical. It's not a physical threat.
Right.
And I think women married to men, if they can get away from that, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Oh God.
But some people are with. It's like so amazing. It's so fascinating to me that somebody would remain in a situation like that.
I agree.
So
I agree. Not my cup of tea
I don't know
at
that,
all.
yeah.
I'm okay because I'm also okay with being alone. Clearly, Clearly.
You have 2 children. You're not alone.
Well, I'm never alone
That's
anymore.
kind of a problem.
You know what?
like-
I know, exactly. And I wish that they would just leave me alone. Quite honestly. I'm like, what do you want? I want to eat dinner. Oh.
Yeah.
What do you want? I need to get dressed.
Right.
Oh.
But, yeah.
I'm 1 years
Yeah,
old.
Yeah.
I need your help.
You're
Oh,
a wonderful
God.
mother. You're a great mother.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I lose my patience and I say the wrong thing
Right.
and I lose my patience. But apparently other parents do, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, my kids are pretty great, even though you haven't met my son, but you've seen pictures and he looks pretty great in the pictures, right?
Natalia laughs at
Bathed.
you when you get upset.
She does laugh at. Have you seen that happen?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she laughs at you when you
She
get
thinks I'm hilarious. I don't bang the wall. Do you ever get angry?
I have worked on that. I can get angry. I don't
Is
get
it
angry.
scary when you do?
Well, sometimes my reaction becomes a problem. My reaction to a situation becomes a problem, and I've learned that the hard way. So
When you say a problem, like it affects somebody else
it becomes
adversely?
bigger than the
thing.
than the situation.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I have the
So
same
I just
thing.
Don't. I kind of just I don't really.
Do you walk away? Are you good at walking away?
No, I actually get very sad. It makes me very sad.
Yeah.
That's all. I can go there immediately now. I don't have to go through any different stages of anything. I just get like deeply sad. Like I feel it's like not being understood is the thing that would, and spending the early part of my life with an unintelligible accent, and moving to New York with an accent that not even a cab driver who barely spoke English could understand.
It's
I
a
spent
very
a lot
hard
of my
accent.
yeah. I've spent a lot of my life like having to repeat myself.
Yeah.
Repeat myself, and I would get so frustrated.
It's irritating.
I'd get so frustrated. I think it's why I just stayed being a model for 10 years, because I didn't have to speak. And then I started doing commercials, and it was like they were like, I don't think we can't understand.
What did you say? Uh-huh.
What did you say?
But then you became an actor and you speak all the time.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
When did you fix that?
I fixed it in New York, actually, with Kiri Sedgwick's mother, who's a great vocal coach.
Yeah.
I did. She completely took the accent away from me.
Wow.
Yeah.
How though? Is it interesting? Should we talk about it?
Well, yeah, it's kind of interesting because you learn to translate everything phonetically, and then you read it phonetically, and you can almost do anything. And I can actually speak Japanese if you just read it phonetically. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a very interesting process, and then it changes, of course, what you hear.
For sure.
It changes kind of.
I find, yeah.
What?
I cut you off.
No, you actually looked at me like I was interesting, which is the first time today.
Yeah, when I was talking to you before the camera was on, I was like, what? Yeah. I'm trying not to cut off my guests. When I lived in Italy, because we both lived in Italy, when I lived there, I found when I speak Italian, because I learned Italian on the street, right? But I find when I do speak Italian, I'm much more cooler of a person. I'm much more passionate.
Yeah.
I'm much like,
It's a
I'm
passionate
probably
man. It's a
great in the
passionate-
sack
yeah.
in Italy. I'm probably great in the sack. In Italy.
What's the
Speaking
what's
Italian.
this dating site called? Does it have an Italian version, maybe?
It's research too. My dating site. It's research for the podcast
Right.
to go out on dates.
Yes.
Yeah, and possibly get into relationships.
But on the third date, they should come sit.
A relationship.
Here. They should come
not
sit here. Like,
not plural. They should sit here. Oh God, I'd
on the
never
third
let them
date.
sit
Wouldn't
here.
that be funny?
That would be really good to do though.
Uh-huh.
That would separate the boys from the men,
Right.
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ian, I have a really good game. Can I play it with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Fine.
So this game,
Let me put some of my bourbon in my teacup.
this game, you know what? This game may offend some people. Okay?
Okay.
Sorry if I do. But I probably would have already offended them if they've gotten to this point in the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, they're watching this. But they're watching it for Duke Lavery. not for me. Okay.
No, they're watching it for you.
The game. No, they're not.
yeah.
Believe me, I know they're not.
Are you going to go into the research of this game and what happened?
Skinnation.com, by the way. Christmas gifts. We have specials. On go to the website, skinnation.com.
And don't get the other, which is skinimitation.com. Don't go there. It may be cheaper, but it's not as good.
It's a porn site.
Yeah.
No, in doing research for this game, my computer, I got a virus. Is it a virus? It got, please get off this page. If you get off this page and don't call this number, all of your entire hard drive.
Yeah.
And it's because I was looking for names. The game is called, is it a soap star or is it a porn star?
Okay.
I wasn't looking up porn, by the way.
Porn name.
Okay. I was looking for porn names. I wasn't looking up porn. I don't watch porn. I don't watch porn. I'm not going to ask that of you if you watch it or not. I'm not going to ask that of you if you watch.
Okay.
Can I just say something? It's an aside. But, out in the world, since so many people watch porn, I'm just going to say, no one has a comment on this, but it's true. There's so many people out there watching porn that when you actually have sex with some of these guys, they're fucking like porn stars. It's really fascinating. Not that that's happened to me. But that's what people are wanting now. This style of sex out there now is really bizarre. And when I talk to some of my girlfriends, they're like, oh, yeah, that's what they're doing now. Yeah. And I'm like the strangling.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, that's horrible.
I'm like, don't do that to me. Don't fucking strangle me. I don't want to be fucking strangled. That's creepy.
Yeah. A friend of mine did a photo. She's a great photographer, and she did a great book of porn stars, like a huge coffee table book. And I went when she launched the book, and a lot of the girls were there. A couple of them were English, and they only do girl on girl because the other thing just became so demeaning and not and they're like that's all they do now.
Yeah.
They won't do the
porn. Do they make it beautiful? The female with female.
Yeah.
Oh, they do.
Yeah. And it's usually directed by women and produced by women.
Yeah, I understand that.
So it's not. There's no big. Wasn't there? Don't you remember talk about porn stars and soap stars? Not that. Talk about. Don't you remember there was that whole survey that?
Kevin has something to say.
Yeah.
There was a survey about soap stars being porn stars.
No, there was a survey years ago when.
So would you say that now it's a trend that female porn stars are also leaving their male porn star partners?
They are too.
Yes.
Female porn stars are leaving their men for women too.
Yeah.
The women are
true.
leaving.
It's very true.
Listen, guys, I'm saying you better fucking step up and find out, because honestly, if I were a dude and my wife left me for a woman, that's I'd be like, whoa, what was I not doing? If my woman left me for another man too. But I think it's a comment on our men today. And if you're fucking like in a porn, don't do that. No woman wants that.
Well, I think that people like.
I mean, she's going ooh
But people like a little.
So
fantasy.
you feel good?
Like people like a little fantasy.
No one wants that. Well, fantasy, but it has to be agreed upon. You can't come out of the gate with strangling and other
but
weird,
how many times?
Another weird shit.
But how many times on a soap though? How many times on a soap do they tie women up? How often? Do you remember in the old days?
Soap?
In the old days, women were always tied up. They were. And it was because 10% of the audience was seriously into that behavior.
Listen.
And that's kind of like, it was, I remember somebody talking about that on a panel. And
that's agreed upon. Like that's with your mate. You say, hey, let's try this. Oh, wow, let's try this. You don't
But then you don't leave them for 3 days. Tie them to the bed and then leave them.
Without snacks and shit.
Or some Skinnation.
Well, Skinnation.com.
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 Yes, please. Skinnation.
We have a special going on right now. Buy some for your family. I'm finding that there it's a new trend of sex, and I find it odd. And The reason I say trend is because, you know, when I talk to my girls who are out there dating, they're like, oh, yeah. Oh, he did that. Yeah. Yeah. It's porn. It's just too much watching porn.
Well, then it's a
completely
detachment
being
from,
out of communication.
detachment from a human being. It's
Detachment.
not, yeah.
And by the way, I'm going to say this. You're not good. Bottom line, you're not good. And the girls ain't talking about you. The way that you're good in the sack is by making your partner feel good. Really. Yeah. That's how you become good. You make your partner feel good. You maybe strangling isn't going to make your partner feel good. Maybe other things aren't going to make her feel good.
Okay.
That may be cut out.
Oh.
It was even too much for Ian. He's like, okay, enough.
No, no, that's fine. It's not about immobilizing somebody because that's powerful. I mean, that's like a very...
It's weird.
It's weird.
It's weird.
It is very weird.
So is it
Not healthy.
No, very strange.
Right.
It's a very strange world we're in right now.
It is.
Okay, is it a porn star or is it a soap star?
Okay.
Nicole Aniston, Madison North.
Is that two separate names? Or?
Two separate names. Nicole Aniston, is it a porn star or is it a soap star?
It's a porn star.
That's true.
Okay.
Oh.
Madison North,
Porn star.
soap star.
Really?
Played by Stephanie Cachette, I believe, was the portrayer. But it was the character name. These are character names.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ashlyn Brooke, is it a porn star?
Porn star.
Yes.
If you just keep saying porn star, you'll be right 50%.
50% of the time. Lorna Devon.
Porn star.
Yeah, soap star on Another World.
Thanks for that.
Willow Stark.
Willow Stark. Willow Stark. Porn star.
Yeah, soap star.
Soap star. Wow.
Soap name. Willow Stark.
Yeah.
Bree Olson.
Newscaster.
Yeah, that blonde one.
Yeah.
No. I know who you're talking about. And something happened to her hands, right? She had those. Yeah.
Bree Olson. Porn star.
Yes. See, I would have gone with soap star.
Really?
Yeah, because it just sounds so wholesome. Bree Olson. It doesn't sound wholesome to you? Kevin says no, it doesn't sound wholesome. Marley Love.
Oh, soap star.
Oh yeah, that was Anne Heche on Another World.
I know that.
You did know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ava Adams.
Porn star.
Porn star. It's true. How many did he get right?
So far,
He's 50-50, isn't he?
well, he got one soap star, so he's just
Okay,
one
well,
better than
wait,
50-50.
tiebreaker. Christy Mack.
Porn star.
Porn star.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you won against yourself. Our time is up.
It is?
Yeah. It's 50 minutes we've been
Wow.
talking.
50 minutes.
Yeah.
You've been talking.
It's 50 minutes, right? No, I asked you some questions.
No, you did. I spoke. It's fine. I'm a good listener.
Wait, you spoke.
I did. I spoke, but I could listen. I listened.
Is there anything else? Because I cut this up and edit it. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about specifically?
No.
Do you have a charity that you'd like to talk about? Fuck them. Fuck charity. Do you want to talk about Finola? Because I really like her.
I did too. No, I just saw her the other day for the first time in how long? I just saw her.
Yeah. Do you talk to her often?
We do. I can't. Yeah. I miss seeing her as much as I do now.
I know.
have to say.
Is it weird making out with a friend?
No, it's actually not.
On paper, that sounds very strange.
Yeah. No, it's actually. No, it's
No.
not. No.
And being lovey and
Yeah, I think. Did you when Dylan came to the set a couple of years ago?
that would have been strange.
Well,
for
Dylan
him,
came to
right?
the set and he was that's her eldest son.
Yeah.
And he was in her room, and we'd run our dialogue and stuff, and we had kind of like a love scene, but not like we were going to bed. We weren't in bed. And they called us to the stage, and she said to Dylan, "Come, Dylan, you can come upstairs and you can read or be on your phone." I said, "Is that a good idea?" And she said, "Yeah, he doesn't pay attention. Look, he's playing games on his phone. Switch off the volume." So we go upstairs and we do the first couple of scenes, and we get to the first three, and we get to the fourth scene, which is kissing and undoing buttons and stuff, and they kind of go to tape it, and we tape it, and we get down to the whole thing, and they go, "Okay, cut," and then this voice from way in the dark goes, "Mom, I want to go downstairs."
Oh God, yes. Oh my God, yes.
And Finola had one more scene, but she said, "Oh God, will you go after him?" He's okay. I went
He
downstairs.
can't get
He
that
was
image. He can't get it
curled
out
up
of his
on
arm.
the sofa.
Oh my God.
like-
Oh my God,
I
really?
said, we were only playing.
I
It's
know.
like, we're
No,
like,
it's so normal for us because we're actors. We're like,
Yeah,
I'm
I
only
know.
naked with
Yeah,
this
I know.
complete
It's like, are you
stranger.
kidding me?
She'd walk in if I'd be. What time is that?
is that more food?
Hello? Hey, go ahead and just push the door.
Don't turn the knob.
She knows that's the babysitter.
there's no
Thank you.
babies
That's
here.
enough. That's enough. This is horrible. It's so this has been the most unprofessional show I've had. I apologize.